Welcome to lesson 3 of data science with R course. So in this lesson you will be learning about R programming. So we'll start with basics of R operator, then we'll slowly move to conditional statement, loops, function and other stuff. Now talking about assignment operator. So in any other language, in R also, by these two operator, assignment operator, you can assign something. So if you want to store 5 in A, then you can simply write A equal to 5, and if you just type A and press Ctrl enter, you would get the output as 5. Similarly, using the left sign operator also, you can assign 6 in A and you can get the output by pressing A. Similarly, this was actually left assignment, but you can use the right assignment as well. It also works in the similar way, but you have to say that 7, you want to store 7 in A. So normally left assignment is being used, and in the whole course I will be mostly using this left assignment, but you can use any of these three. Now if you want to, it's not like that you can only store in A or B or C. You can name it anything. You can name it my apples, you can name the vector as my oranges, anything. And once you store it, suppose I have stored 5 in my apples and 6 in my oranges, then if I want to add, you would get 5 plus 6 equal to 11. So quickly let's see the demo and then we will come back. So as I was saying that we can write A equal to 5 and then press Ctrl enter, and if you want to see A, you can see what is being stored. So instead of A, if you write print A, that would also work. If you want to see what is print A, the same result will be shown. Similarly, if you want to store in 6 with left assignment, that would also give you the value, and with right assignment you can also see the value. And as I was saying that you can store not only in ABC, you can store in any name, you can name any vector, like I have stored my apple. So what would happen, you can see in this global environment that my apples has been created because I have run the code. That's why you can see these oranges and fruit as well. But if you just remove everything and start fresh, that first one is created, then again control enter, then again I'm creating my oranges, then again my oranges, and ultimately I want to add them. So you can see the my fruit result. Now that was about the assignment operator. Now move to the next one. Now in R we have lot of mathematical and logical operator like in any other languages, and we will be discussing about all of them, like plus, minus, multiplication, division, all those things we will be discussing with an example. Suppose if you store 8 in A and store 2 in B, and then if you try to add, it will show you the result. The result is been shown here. Similarly, you can do plus, minus, multiplication, division, to the power, and I will discuss about these two as well. This is about the modulus operator, uh, and this is about integer division operator. So it gives you remainder and it gives you quotient, and this is the output, but I will show you in the demo in R. Let me quickly come to operator part. Yeah, so we are starting with the arithmetic operator. First I stored 8 in A, you can see it here, and 2 in B. And if you want to see what is your C is equal to A plus B, it would work. Similarly, A minus B, 8 minus 2, 6, then A multiplied B, 16, A by B, 4, A to the power square A square, you would get 64. And now about the last two. So this is about modulus operator. So what it gives. So suppose if you say that 6 then modulus operator 2, then you would get as 0 because it gives you remainder. So what is the remainder? Similarly, if you try to see what is the remainder for 5 by 2, then you would get 1. Similarly for 7 by 2 also 1. And as we were actually storing in A and B, then you can get the similar result from H as well. So since there is no remainder, so that's why you get the remainder as 0. Now the uh, next one is about integer division operator, which gives you the quotient. Now if you try to do it with 6 and 6 by 2, the quotient would be 3. Similarly 5 by 2 it would be 2, and 7 by 2 it would be 2, because the quotient is 3. So that's how you are getting. And also I wanted to emphasize the point that instead of A and B, like we were trying to type I and we are trying to see what is the output of I, similarly you can see the output what is being stored using the print function as well, like print A, B, C, D, E, F. That's how you can also get the result. Okay, I is not there because I haven't stored it. So I want to say that I want to get the quotient for A and B, and now I can see the result for I as well. And once you have so many things in your console, so it might get bit clutter. So that's why you can press Control L. So if you can see Control L for clearing console. So you have to come here and then press Control L. So everything would be erased. Now that was about arithmetic operator. Now discuss about relation operator. So it's again pretty easy, like whether this is less than or greater than equal to or less than equal to or not equal to, all those things you can check. So this is for not equal to, and then rest of the things you know pretty well, but you can check those things and you can see the answer for it. So let me quickly show you the demo. Yeah, so right now what is being stored in A? 8, and what is stored in B? 2. So I am asking whether 8 is less than 2, which is false. Similarly, I am asking whether this is less than equal to B, which is again false. Then I am asking whether A is equal to greater than B, and then similarly I am getting all the results. So if you directly try to do something like 4 is greater than equal to 4, then true. But if you just remove the equal to sign and then try, then it would give you false. Now this is another example. Instead of writing, if you suppose you want to store 1 to 10 in X, then how do you do it? So ideally you have to use a combine function. So that's how I have shown it here. So this is actually combine function. So what it does, it can actually combine your vector. So from 1 to 10. So instead of that, you could have write it like this: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Then you could have write it in this way, and X would store all those things. But instead of writing all those things, if you simply give the sequence function and then store it, the same result would be you would get. So that's why I have given you the function for sequence function as well. That's how you can store easily. Now again, if you try to check whether X is greater than 8 or not, but now remember, X is not a single value. X has 1 to 10, so it would actually check one by one. So first check 1 is greater than 8, no, false. So till this point it would be false, 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 and for the next two it would give you a true result. I hope this is pretty interesting and easy to understand as well. Now let's move to the logical operator, which is bit complex than the other two. As you know, AND operator, what it says, so if both of them are true, then it would give you true. OR operator, if at least one is true, it would give you true value, and that's what is being shown. So if you have true and true, if you are checking, with AND, then it would give you true result. If you are checking for rest of them like false true or true false or false false, everything else is false, because it only gives you true if you both are true. But in OR operator, if you have at least one as true, it would give you a true result. Like you are asking true or true, yes. Similarly for true and false and true is true, and then if it is both are false, then only it would give you false result. Now as I was saying that this is actually your NOT operator, so you are saying NOT of true, which is false, and NOT of false, which is again true. So I hope this is pretty easy and understandable, and let me quickly walk you through with the code as well. So you can write true and true, the same result you would get true, false, all the result whatever we just learned, so that you can see. And similarly, if you store 12 in X, and then if you try to see whether X is greater than 5 or not, so the result of this would be true, and then result of this would be also true. So since we are checking true and true, the answer would be true. But if you say if this is greater than 15 or not, then it would give you false result. That's how it works, and I hope this is pretty easy. Similarly for OR also, this would give you, all these four would give you the right result like we explained. And if you storing 4 in Y, and then you are checking whether this is true or not, yes this is true, but this is false. So since this is true and false, then true or false, then it would give you true, because at least one is true. And similarly for NOT operator, NOT of true is false, NOT of false is true. Similarly you can do practice of all the other things which I am not explaining here, but you can do it on your own. But one thing I want to mention, that is actually your double AND operator and double OR operator. So this is bit different. So whenever I was checking, so suppose we have this using combine function, I have three logical vector true true false, and similarly true false false. Now if I check both of them, it would check one by one. So first element of the vector is true and true, which would give me true because I have asked for AND. Similarly for true and false would give me false, and false would give me again false. But if I try to see and double AND operator, it would only check, only examine the first element of the vector. So what is the first element of the vector? Which is true and true. So that would give me true. Similarly for OR operator also, double OR operator. So simple OR operator is fine, I think. So it would check one by one and give you the result. But if you have double OR operator, then it would only check the first one. So similarly for true and true, it would give you the true result. So that is how this AND, double AND and double OR operator works, and I hope you have a good understanding about this arithmetic, relation and logical operator. Now we'll move to the conditional statement.